right, we're just trusting that this is working. Long time no see. In fact, I feel incredibly awkward about this. Welcome back to my channel. It's 2024, and as always, I'm working on getting my life together. So we're just gonna do a little catch up while I do some watercolor because it helps me to have something to do. Where did we end up on 2023? I'm still working at a bank. I was excited and ready to move into 2024, and it really said, bitch, you thought. About a day or so before New Year's Eve, I started feeling really sick, like a cold. And I want you to keep in mind that the day before New Year's Eve in 2022, I went to the urgent care because I was having really bad chest palpitations. It was freaking me out. It ended up being premature ventricular contractions. And they're like benign. I just stopped drinking coffee and I was fine. Well, this time I was feeling really sick and I got this like pain in my ear. So I thought, oh, I'm just getting an earache. And then the next day it was pretty much gone. So I thought it was fine. And then it came back with a vengeance. It was so painful I wanted to throw up. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to urgent care because this is not normal. And he said, okay, let's take a look, probably an ear infection. He goes, oh, okay, I see why you're in so much pain. It looks like you have a ruptured eardrum. And I was like, oh, okay. He goes, yeah, so we're gonna get you some antibiotics, gonna get you some ear drops, and then just, come back and see us in like a couple weeks. Okay, easy enough. And then I went back to work and I started having trouble hearing. And so then a couple days passed, it just got worse and worse. Like I seriously could not hear. And anytime I talked, I was basically yelling. So I went back to urgent care because I was like, what the hell? Different doctor this time. She goes, well, there's, nothing in your ear that I can see, other than the perforation we already knew you had. It's probably just eustachian tube dysfunction. So basically like in an airplane, your ears need to pop, except nothing I was doing would pop my ears. So they said, just, wait it out. It's probably just gonna resolve on its own in like 2 weeks. It did eventually go away. And then a couple days ago, I had an appointment with my regular family doctor. And he said my eardrums are all healed up. But like, what an absolutely shitty way to start the year. I was literally stuck in bed for days. It was so miserable. I definitely didn't start on any of the things that I wanted to do. I was gonna start these YouTube videos in January. Although I can't really blame that on the sickness because I was gonna post the first one on January 1st and I wasn't ready. I had filmed nothing. In fact, this isn't even the video I was supposed to be filming today. I had done a whole thing about rebranding and becoming a better version of myself and how I was gonna get my shit together by February 1st, and that's when you were gonna see this video about all the things I did to, rebrand. And then I realized it's gonna take a hell of a lot longer to make that happen than the 10 days I had allotted myself. Work is pretty boring. I did get a pay raise though. Also working on, my personal goals, financial goals, fitness goals, content goals. Oh, I started doing some, I guess, UGC work. I'm still trying to figure out what my niche is. I don't really know what speaks to me, to be honest. I don't know if I have mentioned this on my channel before. I'm trying to get a breast reduction. Almost a year ago now, I mentioned it to my primary care doctor. He was like, okay, let's, gather some information because they're gonna make you do that. What have you tried? And he said, okay, basically the only thing you haven't tried is physical therapy. And they're gonna request that you do that. So I did. He put in the referral for me to, schedule a consultation with a surgeon, right? But they closed it. Basically, the team got back to me and said, okay, I figured out why they closed it. It's because your BMI is too high and they won't do surgery on anyone who has a BMI over 35. And so I said, okay, that's fine. I can lose 10, 15 pounds and my BMI will qualify, right? Except that it's now January of 2024 and this was back in June. And I've made absolutely no effort, not no effort, but very little effort. I give up very easily. Very little effort to lose weight. And you wanna know the part that just gets my goat is that if they did the surgery and got rid of some of my breast tissue, my BMI would be under 35. What else is going on in my life? My room's a mess as always, so some things really haven't changed. My meds are doing good. I did some therapy last year. I am making a more determined effort to take care of myself, actively live my life instead of passively existing. That's what I'm working on right now. And that's about where things have been. That's, kind of where we left off, kind of where we're picking up. The end of the year was pretty good. The start of the year sucked. This is my beautiful picture. Look at it. admire it, enjoy it. You're gonna be seeing a lot more art from me. I learned how to knit. That wasn't relevant, and that was my little story time on where I'm at in life. And hopefully, instead of hearing me talk about my life, you'll get to see me live it. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.